Let's just jump right in, guys. Today's explainer is tackling something that literally keeps CMA Part 2 candidates awake at night: bond valuation. I know. Calculating bond prices can feel like navigating a maze blindfolded, right? But honestly, take a deep breath. We're going to clear all of that up today using a really structured, simple approach. You've got this.
Here is our quick roadmap. We're going to cover the core concepts, the two-part calculation method, issuing at a discount, issuing at a premium, and finally, how to avoid common exam errors. Let's get to it.
First up, Section 1, the core of bond valuation and our foundational rules.
So, right out of the gate, we need to talk about the market rate, which you'll also see called the effective rate. Simply put, this is the prevailing interest rate in the market at the exact time a bond is sold. Why is this literally the most important concept? Well, because an issuer really only cares about one thing on launch day. How much actual cash are they getting? And that cash amount, the issue price, is just the present value of all the bond's future cash flows, discounted at this specific market rate.
And this brings us to the core dynamic, the tug of war, really, that you absolutely have to nail. It's a tale of two rates. On one side, we've got the stated rate, or coupon rate. This is locked in. It's printed right there on the bond's formal contract, the indenture, and it dictates the actual physical cash interest payments you're going to make. On the flip side, we have the market rate. This is what investors are currently demanding to actually part with their hard-earned money. That tension, the difference between what the bond specifically pays and what the broader market demands, that is exactly what drives this entire valuation process.
Okay, so let's look at the why behind the math. Why do we discount using the market rate instead of the stated rate? Well, discounting at that effective market rate ensures that the bond's yield to maturity, its ultimate rate of return to the investor, perfectly matches the reality of the market when it's sold. Plus, it mathematically guarantees that when the bond finally matures, its value is going to perfectly equal its face amount. It basically brings the whole thing into perfect financial equilibrium.
Moving right along to Section 2, the two-part method where we get into the step-by-step calculation.
You can really just think of bond valuation as a super reliable two-part recipe. Step 1, you calculate the present value of the big lump sum. That's the face amount, or maturity amount, that gets repaid at the very end of the bond's life. Step 2, you calculate the present value of all those smaller, periodic cash interest payments that are scheduled along the way. The key here? Both of these sets of cash flows must be discounted using that market rate we were just talking about. Get those two numbers, add them together, and boom, you have the total issue price of the bond.
Let's see this in action in Section 3, issue at discount, specifically when the market rate is high.
Picture this. You're the corporate treasurer. The current market rate is 8%, but your bond's printed stated rate is sitting at only 6%. Now, investors are smart, right? They're definitely not going to pay full price for a bond that pays below market interest. So how on earth do you mathematically incentivize them to actually buy it?
Let's break down a specific setup straight from the source material. Say you issue 200 bonds, $5,000 face amount each. That gives us a total face amount of $1 million. The stated rate is 6%, which means you're going to pay out $60,000 in annual interest over a 5-year term. But remember, the market rate is 8%. Here is the absolute golden rule. Because your bond pays out less periodic interest than the market is demanding right now, you are going to have to sell it for less than that $1 million par value. Basically, you've got to put it on clearance.
So let's run our two-part recipe. Notice how keeping the math rigidly organized just makes it a breeze. First up, we take that $1 million face amount and multiply it by the present value factor for 8% over 5 periods. That gives us $680,580. Second, we take our actual annual cash interest payment, that's the $60,000 derived from our 6% stated rate, and we multiply it by the present value of an annuity factor for the 8% market rate. That lands us at $239,563. Notice the trend? Always use the market rate for those present value factors.
Add those two present value figures together, and what do we get? Total cash proceeds of $920,143. And there it is. We just proved mathematically that the bond was issued at a discount. Those cash proceeds are significantly less than the $1 million face amount. And that completely bridges the gap for the investor, making up for the difference between the 6% our bond pays and the 8% the market actually expects. Make sense?
All right, moving to Section 4, issue at premium, which happens when the market rate is low.
Let's totally flip the script here. Suppose market interest rates have actually dropped since you printed your bond certificates. Your bond is paying a really generous 8%, but the current market, it only demands 6%. Well, in this case, investors are going to be practically trampling each other to buy your bond because it's paying out way more than the competing investments out there.
Let's look at the exact setup for this. We've still got our $1 million total face amount over a 5-year term, but this time around, our stated rate is 8%, meaning we are paying out a solid $80,000 in annual interest. The market rate, though, is down at a lower 6%. In a scenario like this, your annual cash interest payments are incredibly attractive. Because you're offering better than market returns, investors are actually more than willing to pay a premium up front just to get their hands on these bonds.
Okay, we execute the exact same two-step calculation as before. Step 1, present value of the face amount. Step 2, present value of the cash interest. But look closely. This time, we discount both the $1 million face amount and those higher $80,000 interest payments using the present value factors for the lower 6% market rate. The actual mechanics of the calculation, they never change. Only the inputs do.
When we total up those two present values now, we get cash proceeds of $1,084,249. Because this number is clearly greater than our $1 million face amount, the bonds are indeed sold at a premium. Investors gladly fork over more cash up front for the privilege of receiving those juicy 8% interest payments over the next 5 years. Finally, Section 5, avoiding exam errors and the common traps you need to dodge.
Guys, this is a massive success tip directly from our source material. The absolute biggest mistake candidates make: they spend all their study time doing complex present value math perfectly, but they completely lose sight of the underlying logic. They end up confusing when a bond should result in a discount versus a premium. And trust me, if you mess up that fundamental rate relationship, you're going to be second-guessing your calculations the entire exam.
I need you to memorize this framework. Seriously, take a mental picture right now. This is your ultimate sanity check. If the stated rate equals the market rate, your proceeds will equal the face amount and the bond is issued at par. Easy. If your stated rate is greater than the market rate, your proceeds will be greater than the face amount, that's a premium. But if your stated rate is less than the market rate, your proceeds will inevitably be less than the face amount, which gives you a discount. Burn this into your memory. It's a total lifesaver.
So you now have the intuition behind the two-part formula, and you understand the precise relationship between stated and market rates. Keep practicing those steps and trusting the logic. But here's the final challenge I want to leave you with to truly test your readiness. On exam day, can you instantly spot whether a bond is at a discount or a premium before you even calculate a single present value? If you can do that, you are absolutely ready. Good luck out there.